Kane, it's 1-0. We're fucking down. 13th in the championship. The takeover happened as I said it would. People will be. Oh, when have we got Leeds? Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Your Football Show. Apologies for being a lot later than normal. No video this morning or in the afternoon for lunchtime Leeds. Please, I'm sorry. I went for a dog walk and then I've got my daughter a new bed and I had to take the bunk beds down for them to get picked up, and then I had to put the new bed up, and my head's been in a shed because I'm shit at DIY. That's normally on my landing, but as I was taking the bunk beds down and taking them downstairs, that fell off my landing. And then I thought, you know what, I'll stick it there because I've always wanted to have my frames behind me, but the light prevents it. However, I think now with my new lighting and the camera and that, probably means I can have them back. So you might have a new look. That's amazing, by the way, I will say that. So we might have a new look soon enough, but I hope you're all doing well. Please do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, hit that notification bell. This won't be your only content today as well. I'll be live just before 8 o'clock for Leicester versus Ipswich. Come on, Leicester, please. Please. But Leicester have so many injuries, it's unbelievable. I think Keenan Dewsbury-Hall is out and Didier's out, African Cup of Nations, Daka out, Casadei's back at Chelsea. So, you know, it's gonna be good. Marcus says nice prison jumper, mate. He said Jordan there. Well, Jamie, I've had it time. I forgot who. I think it was Rogues Gallery. that sent it, mate. Yeah, Andy, there's that as well. I've got loads of decent ones, to be fair. I've got the centenary one, which cost a lot of money that my ex bought me for Christmas, like the massive one. And I've always wanted it, but the light always used to reflect off it. But I think that's not going to happen now. But yeah, it's a great picture if I do say so myself. And it's one that I really, really like it. Right, okay, loads of news. There was news this morning, and then there's been loads of news within the last 24 hours, within the last hour. So we've got loads to get through today. It's going to be jam-packed. Remember, tonight, watch along, then straight after the watch along, final word as well, all right? So we'll have the final word. Yeah, James, I'm glad you like it. I'm actually, after this, putting out a YouTube short for my best reactions of the season so far, seeing as it's done so well. Thank you everyone as well. Actually, we had some mad numbers yesterday on the highlights, the watch along, the post match, the shorts on TikTok, etc. So big up to you all. So I've done a bit of a reactions for the season. Get a few numpties on Twitter, standard, but they've just been blocked, so it's all good in the hood. If people like it, I will put it out. Right, let's get into some news then. First of all, we're going to have to start with the most surprising news for me. It is, of course, Joe, the lads just run downstairs, shout, guess who's on TikTok? I said who said it's just Joe. Big up, man. Tell him to follow me. I love that. I voted no, but if he gets a new deal, then I'd be happy with it. There you go. Big up, Bri. That means a lot. Right. So there was news this morning coming from Italy. I checked in with my man Andrea, of course, our roving reporter on the scene in Italy. There was news initially that apparently Wilfried Gnonto can leave on loan. This is according to Corriere del Sporto. Apparently he wants to leave. He's coming from Italy. Lazio have included Gnonto in the target. Spoke to Andrea. He said, listen, Joe, it's a rehash story. I wouldn't read too much into it. If anything, you know, they value him a lot less than what clubs in England do, you know, 5 to 6 million. Over here, we're saying he's like worth 25, 30, right? So that was the initial story. And then Sky Sports, Lyle Thomas and Tim Thornton. Lyle Thomas gets a lot right, and Tim Thornton is, of course, Leeds United's exclusive Sky Sports news reporter, have come out and said that Leeds United are very confident that we can get a new contract over the line for Wilfried Gnonto. Here it is on Sky. This was an hour ago. Leeds increasingly confident on new Gnonto deal, again from Tim Thornton and Lyle Thomas. Leeds are increasingly confident of agreeing a new contract with Wilfried Gnonto. His current deal ends in 2027, so there's still a long time left on that, 3 years. But he does have interest from other clubs over the last 12 months, namely Everton. The winger has made 21 appearances in the Championship so far this season, but all 5 of them have been as sub. But all but 5, sorry, I was thinking that don't make sense. He was not in the squad at all for Sunday's game against Preston, we know due to injury. Nevertheless, Leeds are keen to agree new terms with the Italy international, who is still 20 years old. I started a comment that come in, and I think Vincent's hit the nail on the head. He says, this deal is good for everyone. He gets a wage hike with a release clause that he's happy with, and we get a settled quality player that we can move on with and develop. He is only 20. And I think for me, he's hit the nail on the head there. There'll be a lot of naysayers, maybe, oh, he's not worth it, he's being poor, etc. But we can't get away from the fact that Wilfried Gnonto, and it is of his own doing, has had a tough summer and a tough season. But I think, he's not a bad player. Let's not rewrite history. Is he as good as what people thought? Probably not. I was one who didn't, from this channel, I said he wasn't the best player in the side, and people said I was crazy. Opinions change though, right? Like Jamie said on Furpo, yeah. Listen, I seen a take on Twitter earlier on saying, I've never understood why people never rated Furpo, and I was like, really? And these same people want to dash the manager in the bin, but then said that, I don't know. Anyway, it's all about opinions, isn't it? El says he's going to be on the bench anyway. I want him gone. Well, why? Yeah, Jamie, it was, yeah. Why do you want him on the bench for? Why don't you want to sign him on a new deal? It makes sense for all parties. You know what I mean? It definitely. And what it also does, it shows the 49ers mean business, because what they've done is said to Premier League clubs in the summer, he's not going anywhere. You've got no chance, get in the bin. And then within that time, I've got ourselves to a situation where we're going to be able to agree a new deal with him, give him more money. That settles him, settles Leeds United, and protects us, protects his value. Because right now it's gone backwards, right? After the season that he's had up to this point. And then if you don't get in, what it now does is he's hiked that up again as well. He refused to play. We shouldn't give him the opportunity. I disagree, El. Football's a fickle game. It is what it is. Worse things have happened. But yeah, if you want to go down that line, I totally get it as well. But yeah, Willie Gnonto could be set for a new deal. Then we've seen some links to Calvin Ramsey, but more an unknown player to me, of course, but certainly one that's exciting. I wish, we could speak to Andrea and Lockie, because they've probably done some work on him. But according to Football Insider, and as well, take it with a pinch of salt, by the way, because it is Football Insider, Leeds United may move to sign Liverpool stalwart Musialowski. Musialowski, I'm going to go with. He's a Polish under-21 international. He can play in a number of positions. I've done a little bit of research. He's, in terms of style of play, this is what I've found out. So he's an exciting attacking player who possesses excellent technical abilities. He's known for his dribbling skills, close control, and quick feet, which allow him to take on defenders effectively. I'm butchering his name, but Musialowski is also a versatile player who can operate in multiple attacking positions, including as a winger or central attacking midfielder. He possesses good vision and passing ability, which enables him to create scoring opportunities for his teammates. He's an intelligent player who has a good understanding of the game, often making the right decisions in the final third. Has a good eye for goal and can finish chances with both feet. He's comfortable shooting from outside the box and can score with accuracy and power. His goal-scoring instincts combined with his playmaking abilities make him a dangerous threat in the attacking third. Has great work rate and determination. He is constantly pressing and harassing opponents, which you can see why Liverpool would have snapped him up initially. Often forcing turnovers and creating counter-attacking opportunities. His defensive contribution is valuable as he tracks back and helps his team to regain possession. Overall, Musialowski is an exciting prospect with immense potential. He possesses the skills, versatility, and football intelligence to have a successful career. As he continues to develop and gain more experience, he could become a key player for both Liverpool and the Polish national side. Now, on him, obviously, that's, a snapshot. But according to the article, he's out of contract as well. So, I mean, I've seen one read where it said like the Polish Messi and all this. And listen, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves because, let's not forget Aronson was called the Medford Messi once upon a time. But yeah, Musialowski, I don't know if he's going to sign a new deal and then be sent out on loan. I'm not too sure, but let's see what the rest of the article says. So the 20-year-old who can play anywhere across the front line has impressed for Liverpool's under-21 side this season with 6 goals and 2 assists in 11 games in all competitions. Several clubs have already expressed an interest in signing him in this month's transfer window, with Leeds now firmly in the race. He joined Liverpool from Polish side back in August 2021 and has worked his way through Liverpool's youth setup. The forward, who is yet to make a senior appearance, signed a 3-year deal upon his arrival, and the contract is due to expire in June. He's made 80 appearances in total for the youth sides, notching 30 goals and 6 assists from a variety of different attacking positions, which is, a player that we need, of course. We need someone who maybe with a younger and more of a youth project to come in and work off the bench, come in for a Rutter, for example, because I don't think Poveda is it, and obviously Poveda's deal runs out this summer as well. He's been capped for Poland under-21, scoring once in 5 appearances. Leeds are in the hunt for attacking reinforcements as they chase down Leicester, Southampton and Ipswich. Listen, we know we were after Carvalho, but we couldn't give him the minutes that he craved. Leeds United will be well aware of a lot of youth projects. Obviously, the way the youth players, the way the Premier League 2 has now changed, they'll be playing these teams on a regular basis, so they'll have more eyes on it. But yeah, maybe Liverpool want to tie him down and then send him out on loan. We'll have to wait and see. But his deal's up, which makes me think it could be a difficult deal for Leeds United to do. But it has been picked up by a number of sources. But like I say, it's coming from Sky Sports Pete. No disrespect to Sky Sports Pete. Football Insight don't get a lot right. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Just on the left back as well, while I remember, because there's not been any reports of this, Hull City are apparently now leading the race for Ryan Giles' signature. Obviously got sold the dud the other day when I was told he was flying, etc. That's why I said must take it with a pinch of salt. But the 72 clubs, again, I don't know the validity on it, but it says Hull City are leading Leeds United, Cardiff City in the charge for Luton Town defender Ryan Giles. 23-year-old could become Luton's record signing as they paid Wolves. Became Luton's record signing as they paid Wolves a reported $5 million for Giles. But as we know, Alfie Dowett is getting ahead of him. And I think, Alfie Dowett is putting up numbers. He's not going to get that opportunity. What I do want to add as well, like the lad who told me they were leading the race even before this came out, also told me they got Carvalho ahead of us before that was announced. And I think the worry is for me that we're going to put faith in Firpo and Byram, which if they could be fit, I'd be fine with. Like, I think we all would, right? I think we would all be fine if we could guarantee their fitness. And I was speaking to Lockie and Andrea about it this morning. You and I watching this all know, that if we run with these two, then they'll break down. I can almost see it now. Then what you're going to do? You're going to move Shackleton across, Gray across? I don't know. I agree, Toby. Firpo's been a bit of a revelation, but we've been here before with previous ownerships, with the Forshaw tweet, etc. I'm hopeful that the 49ers won't go down that route. But then again, you do have to think, like, from a player's perspective who wants to get minutes. Sorry, I'm not picking my nose. My piercing's very itchy. Sorry. For a player that wants to get minutes and sees Firpo now, who, by the way, in 4 games has got the most assists in the league. He got another assist. He's on fire. Like, the only problem that we have is that we can't rely on him. We cannot. We must not, in my opinion. As good as he's been, we can't rely on him for me. Sorry, just looking at the numbers here, it wasn't 4 games. It's the 3 league games. So Junior Firpo, January, 3 league games, 4 assists. You can't argue with that. You cannot. And I think we could all say, if we could guarantee, yeah, let's keep him. Let's keep him. But and I'm not advocating selling him. I was before. But my point is, like, how can we can't rely on him? The history tells us we can't. And we certainly know we can't rely on Byram. Louise Moore says, my partner, who's a Chelsea fan, literally shouted, not Bamford on the penalty, please. Oh, thank God it's not him. I'd rather have Melier take it. Yeah, I mean, it was heart in mouth moments. I bet you've all seen the pit. I'm like, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, thankfully he didn't take it. Pirro slaughtered it. It is what it is. Happy days, we move on. Now, this story's been doing a bit of the rounds, and I mean, it is coming from Italy. Calciomercato. Leeds are reportedly one of several clubs keen on signing Ben Godfrey from Everton this month. The report comes from Calciomercato, claim Leeds and Premier League outfit Sheffield United are competing with AC Milan for the defender, whilst it is also claimed Atalanta have been keen. Could we be set for a reunion with Daniel Farke? I don't think it's a move that's going to happen January. I can't see it personally. Remember, he went from Norwich to Everton for 25 million. But over time, his minutes have depreciated, whether or not that's due to injury and stuff. But I'll show you what I mean by that. So obviously, if you can see here, when he won the Premier League with Daniel Farke, he then moves to Everton for 25 million. Plays 31 times, 23, 13, and this season just 2. Whether that may well be due to injuries. I think the important thing on Ben Godfrey is as well is the fact that he can play at right back. But maybe this is something looking ahead to the summer if we can't get Rodon over the line or whatever. But you know, Calciomercato, I don't think can be relied upon if I'm totally honest. And what Godfrey does offer us as well, has played at left back, but I just don't see it where Ben Godfrey drops to the Championship to join Leeds United. There's a lot of people rubbishing him in the comments. I think, yeah, it might not work to Everton, but I think he'd be a good signing for Leeds United. But when you link to the likes of AC Milan, Atalanta, Sheffield United, even, you're not coming to the Championship. It is what it is. So it may be one with a look through to the summer. Stephen says, just a thought, Joe hasn't. No, he's played left of a back 3. I watched him there and he's terrible. No, we haven't already discussed it, but yeah, that's not something I want to see. Not when you consider how good he is in midfield. Another great performance. Big up for you, Stephen, for the super chat. But yeah, it's not something I would want to see personally. I can understand why, you know, it might be a square peg in a round hole kind of thing if we ever last resort, but I don't want to see that long term for sure. No updates on Ben Davies, Chris. It was never going to happen, I don't think. You know, Tottenham fans laughed it out, and yeah, Phil went with the story, but I'm not too sure if it was ever going to happen. Calvin Ramsey's been linked again, folks. Calvin Ramsey's been linked in a number of papers now. Recently recalled back from Preston North End. Look, a player Leeds United liked and competed with Liverpool for before he chose that. Did have a knee injury when he went to Preston. They've recalled him, obviously, earlier this month. But despite their selection crisis at fullback, the Reds are expected to send him back out on loan for the second portion of the campaign. Again, according to a number of sources, that Leeds United may be back in for him. Now, it could just be lazy, and it may be a case of, oh, we'll do a link with him before. So they might be linked with him again. But a few Liverpool aggregator sites have definitely picked this up and are running with it. I don't know if there's any truth to it. Would I be happy with it? Yes, clearly, but he hasn't played a lot of football. And like Daniel Farke said the other day, this is something we have to think about when bringing players in, because do you want to be in a position where, you know, you're having to wait for players to get up to speed. Econ, this guy chats beans. He chats beans. It is not true. I've spoken to that person off a line. It's not true. So don't worry. This guy was the guy that pretended that thought he had an interview with Victor Orta. Do you remember? And it was a fake Instagram account. You won't remember that in the summer, but yeah, and Victor Orta had to come out and rubbish it. It was brilliant. Anyway, yeah, so don't listen to that. Leeds going after Premier League youngster again. Calvin Ramsey linked in this one, signed for 6.5 million. Obviously, someone they see as a long-term, maybe cover for. But then again, who was the lad who played at right back yesterday for Liverpool and had a barnstormer? So his minutes might even be lessened. Yeah, it was funny, man. It was funny. See you tonight, anyway, Kev. If that's you, Kev's going to join us tonight. On the final word. Let me just check. I forgot the lad's name who played at right back. What was his name? Connor Bradley. That's it, Connor Bradley, and did really well. Yeah, we'll be doing a watch along, Chris. I'll be live later on, mate. Came live a lot later today. Just because I had loads of tasks I needed to do, but they're all done now. So I'll be setting up the watch along for after this, and then there'll be a final word straight after that. But a number of places now saying that Leeds United are interested in Calvin Ramsey. United Spurs of America says you're going to buy Rodon. Also, what happened with Spence? Spence is a bad case, although he did play 90 minutes yesterday for Girona. He played at left wing back. I wonder if their fans are going mental, by the way. Just putting it out there. Jed Spence played 90 minutes for Girona and he played left wing back. So I wonder if all their fans on their sides are going, get our manager sacked, he ain't got a clue, and all that sort of stuff. Oh, he can't handle egos. Oh, he's playing him out of position. Girona did last night. Not Girona, that's in fucking... Girona's in Spain. Genoa, sorry. Get the team right first there. Yeah, not great. But we're going to talk about Rodon now anyway. So we know what Daniel Levy's like, to be honest, because it's been reported now in I think it's the Express. Yeah, the Express. Tottenham could scare off their main buyer for Rodon with his stellar season on loan at Ellen Road, poised to drive up his asking price. Leeds United boss Daniel Farker has already made it clear that his recruitment team are working on making the move permanent, which would land Spurs and Daniel Levy with a healthy payday. Now, let's not forget, folks, they offered him us for 15 million in the summer. They will hike that up. We're not daft, and it won't be business sense to not do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, you didn't want him for 15 and he's played amazing and you need him really in the Premier League. So, yeah, the club, they've risked it for a chocolate biscuit because it's like, if we don't go up, we don't want to, an option instead of an obligation. But again, I think with Leeds United, there's a lot of fear around these loans and stuff. We don't know how that's going to... we don't know how that's going to fall and how that's going to land. But yeah, one sec. Let me just go back to the article. As it says, Leeds were reportedly quoted 15 million when they acquired instead. The newly relegated champion side opted to take him on loan instead. He's performed superbly, which he has. You know, you could argue he's had I mean, statistically, he's the best defender we've had in terms of games won after the amount of games he's played. I think 20 odd since Pontus Jansson, even better than Ben White, for example. But we'll have to wait and see. But listen, we cannot complain. Just like with the Ben White saga, they wanted the money and we refused to pay it, and then he went to Arsenal, so made the right decision a year after. But we cannot complain if Daniel Levy says we want 25. Do you know what I mean? So this is, that's a price you have to take, yeah? Yeah, I didn't know he only had 1 year. Maybe we can get him. I just don't see us being able to get him for 15 when we said no in the summer and after the season he's had. Come on now, you wouldn't do that, would you? If you were Daniel Levy, you wouldn't do that, you know? Definitely not. It's like, I don't know, I want to buy a car off you, and then you're like, oh, I'll loan it, and then you go back and go, I fucking loved that car, you know, it really got me to A to B, right? Okay, how much do you want to pay for it then? Do you know what I mean? You're not going to go, yeah, we'll go back to the original price I quoted. It's simple. Leeds United are said to have joined Millwall in acquiring for West Ham versatile fullback Ben Johnson, who came off the bench. Look, the longer this goes on, the less I think that Ben Johnson's going to be signed. West Ham are very slow operators. It looks like they're getting Calvin, by the way, so I'm happy with that. I really like the move for Calvin to go to West Ham, if I'm being honest. I think it's a good move for him. But yeah, Ben Johnson, thoughts, folks? Do you see that happening now? Seems to have gone on a little bit too long for me. Nico Williams has been a target for Feyenoord. Apparently, 16 no, sorry, not 16 million. That's what they paid him for. I think it was 18 actually. But Nico Williams has been targeted as a possible signing for Feyenoord, and they have had a bid rejected. I did think that he wouldn't be going anywhere, but they've actually put a bid in and been told no. We know that Nuno want to keep him, especially when you consider Nottingham Forest were beaten by Brentford the other day, so it's not plain sailing. I know they've had an upturn in form since Cooper left, but they're not out of the woods yet. So yeah, they'll want to keep him just due to his versatility, and I think he's a good player. I really rate him, and I'd love him at Leeds, but I just don't see it happening. Just looking around the rest of the stories now, yeah, there's a lot mentioning the Godfrey stuff, and naturally now people are running the Wilfried Gnonto story because, of course, the news that he could get a new deal is quite a shock. Like, in all honesty, what's this stat here? Both Ipswich and Southampton have 58 points. Only 11 teams in Championship history have won that many after 28 games, and all of them went on to be automatically promoted. Who's going to miss out? Both. Both, obviously. Do you know what I mean? I hate this thing where we're just being totally discredited. You know what I mean? Like, why are we even chatting about that? Both will miss out because Leeds United and Farker will get it. You know what I mean? It ain't over yet. And tonight, Leicester will beat Ipswich, and then it's 4 points on them both. Do you know what I mean? So I'm happy about this. Happy about this. Let them think. We'd rather be the hunter than the hunted. Definitely. Isn't that the truth? People just don't want to give us any flowers. Oh, Leeds, yeah, but what's this? Get in the bin. We will be there. We will be there. I love that. Blackburn Rovers have had a go at Joey Barton. Hi, Joey. If you could have your public meltdown without bringing our town into it, that'd be great. Thanks. Love that. Joe with a huge brew. It's got to be done, man, when I'm on these, so I don't have to make two. When I do make it, though, right, I make it with a spoon, like a dessert spoon. But, Joe, if we were top of those points, we would lose. Yeah, I know. But we're not. So I don't love it. Do you know what I mean? We'll just be in the background and listen. At the end of the day, we play Southampton on that final day, so let's see what happens, isn't it? You know, let's see what happens, because we will be there and we will remind them, because I've got so many bookmarks. But then again, I know that there are so many bookmarks on me. So I will be there, and I will be there, and I will be reminded. Just smash a like on the video as well. Let's get that to 300 if we can. Does Gnonto deserve a new deal? 58% say yes, 42% say no. Give the lad a new deal, protect his value, and also put a release clause in there, 30, 35 million, and then people have got to exercise that. Do you know what I mean? Nothing really Leeds therapy. It is all good. It is all good. Listen, I'll leave it there. We've done like 30 minutes. That was a nice one to get through all that news. I will be back live. Don't forget, tonight at about 5 to 8. And then straight after that, we've got the final word with some guests new and old. Just before I sign off as well, happy birthday to Joe. I think it's his birthday today. So happy birthday to him, another fantastic content creator. Yeah, I think I'll leave it there. Look, Wilfried Gnonto new deal, happy days for me, definitely. And this is a point, isn't it, Lord? This is the point. It will, and hopefully it's with a new agent. We don't know that, do we? Because I'd imagine they wouldn't have wanted to deal with him. We get one in, says Jamie, 2. I'm hoping 3. An attacking player and 2 in defence, right and left back. But we'll wait and see. Make sure you join us tonight anyway. That'll be fun. Fingers crossed for a Leicester win. And then it's 4 points, man. Then it's 4 points. When do Southampton and Ipswich play each other? I have to check this. I need to check when Southampton and Ipswich play each other, because that's going to be some game, innit, if they're both on the same. Let's have a look. First of April, so not till late, actually. Then they play Norwich. Ooh. Yeah. I'm excited for the running. Not for a while yet. Anyway, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you later on tonight. Thanks as always for watching. Love you all. Peace out now. Leeds.